Hello, I want to welcome you to this training session of Workforce Solutions. We're going to talk about the veterans in the recruiting, integration, and retention of the veterans and how they fit into the whole equation that employers needs to stay competitive in the market. My name is Terry Higginbotham. I'm a business consultant for Workforce Solutions. Here we're going to cover a little about some of the training incentives for veterans. If employers wanting to hire them, there could be those incentives that helps put money back into your pocket. We're going to also show some of the regional veteran statistics, the talent pool, if you will, and the unemployed statistics out there in the Houston area. We're also going to touch on a breakout of the specialties from all the branches of service, the transferable skills from military to civilian. First of all, there are programs out there that can benefit the employer. Workforce Solutions, a lot of these are done through prepaid tax dollars. In partnership with the Texas Workforce Commission, one of them is the Work Opportunity Tax Credit. As you can see, it's an incentive to hire qualified veterans, and it shows you how to apply, as well as give you the tax credit up to $9,600 per employee if you choose to go this route. Another very important initiative out there that's available to employers is the Skills for Veterans. Skills for Veterans is an incentive there of those training needs of post 9/11 era veterans and how an employer can qualify if they want to hire that veteran with a certain skill set. This is predominantly for the veterans that come back from Operation Iraqi Freedom or Operation Enduring Freedom. They are defined as a new employee, and an employer can get up to $1,450 if they qualify for this to help send that veteran back to school to get that certification while they're working for that employer. Now we're going to show you some of the statistics out there in the Houston area. There's a comparison here on this slide that gives you a breakout by male, female, and the age groups of veterans versus non-veterans out in the community. Now each of these do stand alone, but it's very, very unique in the fact of when you started showing these, the veteran population and their percentages, they're very, very competitive to the non-veteran side. In this slide, we show those veterans out in the Houston area which campaign that they served in. Notice we still have a percentage of folks from World War II and the Korean War and the Vietnam era, as well as Gulf War. This slide attains to the education attainment levels here, comparison to the civilian population and the veterans. In the military stresses a lot of, in order to get promoted through the ranks, higher education, because the more proficient you are and the more knowledge you have in dealing with the day-to-day rigors, it helps solidify the link of being very productive and efficient in a safe and secure manner. I'd like you to take a look at some college associate's degree area as well as the bachelor's degree are higher. If you notice the veteran population out there, there's close to 87,000 in the Houston area, but the percentages are very, very high and very competitive showing. Like for example, some colleges degree level 36% and the bachelor's degree are higher. There's 33, almost 34% of them have that level. So it makes them very competitive when you compare them to the civilian community. This slide shows the status, employment status, and disability status in the Houston area. Again, as comparing veterans to the civilian community. Now we're going to talk about some of those transferable skills. Is how do you link those military skills to the civilian community? What's really going to be the no kidding face out there that's going to make it very, very productive for the employer and the willingness to hire a veteran. This slide shows a rifleman in the Marine Corps. There's a brief description of what they did and some of the services, or some of the skills that they have to attain in order to be proficient in their particular specialty in the Marine Corps. Down below you see the equivalent civilian occupations that this skill set can go into. This slide, the Hawk Missile System Mechanic from the Army. Again, a brief description in their skill sets, but notice the various occupations that it can be translated into. This slide, a first sergeant in the Air Force. Notice this one too, is there's a good range of HR, counseling, customer support, and technical writing. Down below is the civilian occupations that it is equivalent to. You see a lot of managerial consulting, investor or public media relations. This from the Coast Guard, a damage controlman, is more and more in depth, but notice some of the skills that they've had to do, all encompassing there. Blueprints, budget management, just to name a few. Here's some more of the damage controlmen of the Coast Guard. Very unique here too is based on what that skill set is in the civilian occupation. I like you to note too, in some areas like oil rig and pipeline, some of those skills are vehicle repair and maintenance. Based on their background, they fit these to a T. Machinist mate on a submarine in the Navy, here it shows a lot what they've had to learn and keep that skill set current throughout their career. Again, here's the equivalent civilian occupations that the machinist mate is compared to. Now, in order to understand what the military member brings to the table, to also convince that employer to hire them, it would be easy for even on the employer side. There's two resource websites here below that you can use. Again, there's no cost to you, but you can go to them. It's military.com, Military Skills Translator, and the Hero to Hire website. What this does is you can plug in your civilian job description and will match to the particular specialties of the branches of service out there that it equates to. Or you can do the other side. If you knew what the MOS was, or the military specialty, you plug that in and it would also show you all the industry occupations out there that it would relate to. Again, a veteran brings a lot to the table that we call a lot of the transferable skills that are very, very unique. Some of them are shown here, but also what they bring is the ability to multitask, minimum supervision, and the willingness to work and based on what they've had to do from their military service. Again, I want to thank you for attending this service. If you need any more information or assistance through labor market, or just kind of get a referral to what is needed to help you stay competitive, you can give us a call at 713-688-6890, or you can go online and take a look at our website and go from there. It's www.wrksolutions.com. Again, my name is Terry Higginbotham. I want to thank you for attending.